Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I missed the last 2 days not being able to jump on with you guys, but I did promise to be back on Monday. So I'm here back on Monday, and I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Hope you had a good weekend. If you're not shy as you're coming on, go ahead and let me know where you guys are coming in from. If you are, what part of the country, if you're out of the country, where you're coming from. But this morning, I simply wanted to jump on, and I'm sorry, excuse my notifications. I simply wanted to jump on this morning and, as usual, read out of the Gift of Homeschooling devotional. As a gift of homeschooling devotional, it's 90 days of encouragement for you, the homeschooling parent. And if you haven't gotten your copy yet, please go ahead and pick it up wherever books are sold. It's at Amazon and wherever books are sold. And today we're going to be going over day 32. And day 32 is all about compassion, embracing compassion. I'm simply going to be reading out of it today. Our scripture verse for today is from 1 Peter 3:8. And it says, finally, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, and be compassionate and humble. And I have found in my 18 years of homeschooling that it's so important to come from a place of compassion when we're dealing with our kiddos, when we're homeschooling them. Oftentimes, we might show up and we might be having a difficult day ourselves. And we might neglect the fact that our kids need compassion as well. They need compassion as we're homeschooling them. And so again, as you guys are coming in, hello, make sure that you guys are just kind of saying hello and letting us know where you're coming from, where you are watching from. And I'm wishing you guys a happy Monday. Miss seeing you guys the last couple of days. Hope you're doing amazing. We're reading out of the Gift of Homeschooling devotional. And again, if you haven't picked up yours, pick yours up wherever books are sold. But again, I just wanted to come on today and read the devotional for today. It says, compassion is critical to any successful homeschooling experience. When I approach my children with a loving and compassionate heart, we connect on a deeper level. This might resonate with most of you listening today on the live or on the replay. 1 Peter 3:8 encourages us to be compassionate, and this means recognizing that our children has their own struggles and their own fears. And sometimes we might show up, right? We might show up with our fears, with our burdens, and not recognize that they might be struggling with something too. They might be struggling with their own burdens. And on those days that we miss the telltale signs of our children acting up, it might be because sometimes it's not because they're just acting up for no reason. Sometimes they might be acting up because they're carrying something. They might be coming up, they might be showing up on the day that we're showing up for homeschooling with some burdens, some anxiety that they have not shared with us. And so it's important as homeschooling families, as homeschooling moms and dads, that we ourselves are showing up from a place of compassion. We ourselves are showing up understanding that sometimes our kids are walking through things that they might not even discuss with us. They might be having burdens of their own. If we've gone through loss, and we know that we're burdened, but we haven't talked it out with our children. They might show up feeling burdened themselves. They might feel that telltale sign of anxiety, and we would not know that unless we showed up with compassion. If we don't show up with compassion and say, today might be a difficult, not just for me, but for my children too. If they're walking through maybe just readjusting to homeschooling, we do not know what they are walking with. And so it's so important as homeschooling parents, it's so important as parents in general, to make sure that we're showing up from a place of compassion. To show up from a place of compassion and to just go ahead and show up from a place of compassion and say, what, it is okay if my child is not feeling well. It is okay if they're not doing well. I'm just going to show up from a place of compassion. So today, again, simply a reminder from 1 Peter 3:8, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, and be compassionate and humble. And that will be important as we are homeschooling them. And again, your patience and compassion will teach them to treat others with patience and compassion too. Sometimes if we're not emulating that, if we're not showing them that, it's difficult for them to show up in that way too. So I just want to remind you guys that as you go through your Monday today, remember that you're not alone. Sometimes homeschooling can be so difficult. It can be such a chore sometimes, if we're honest. We all took the call to homeschool, but sometimes it gets to a place where it feels burdensome. But what I wanted to remind you guys today that's very important is that don't don't go looking at other people's experiences and wondering how you can mirror that. The thing is, God has uniquely called each of you. He's uniquely called your family to homeschool in a way that is unique to you, that is unique to your children. And so as you are homeschooling them, make sure that you are not getting into the trap of comparison. That's such an easy thing to get into, especially when you're new to homeschooling. But what I found in the 18 years is that the Lord has entrusted you with the children that He wanted to entrust you with. And He entrusted you with them because there was something very unique that He wanted to bring, a unique expression that He wanted to bring to the earth. And He did not. He knew exactly who he was choosing. He knew exactly that you were the right mom, you were the right dad that was supposed to receive those children to raise them up as salt and light onto His glory. And so today, as you're going through your day today, I just want to remind you of that. I want to remind you that you are uniquely and fearfully and wonderfully made, and your children are too. But you cannot bring that to them if you're coming from a place of feeling less than and comparing yourself to others. What you want to start doing is just recognizing the truth of the matter is that you are called, you are unique, you are set apart, and the Lord has a very specific task that He's called you to in this day. So if you are struggling this morning, feeling like, gosh, I'm not good enough, I don't feel like I'm cut out for this thing called homeschooling, I just want to remind you that you are not alone and you've got this. Just continue to check in with us on the Gift of Homeschooling community and know that the Lord will supply all that you need. He's there with you in the ups and the downs. He's there with you in the highs and the lows. And every season that we walk through will pass. It is not that whatever season you're in is going to stay the same. So I hope that this encouraged you today. Remember that you're not alone. Have a great rest of your Monday, knowing that you've got this. Keep that at the forefront. Keep that at the forefront, knowing that He's called you, He's equipped you, and you've got this. Until next time, until tomorrow, we'll be reading out of the Gift of Homeschooling devotional. Remember, you can pick it up wherever books are sold. We'll be reading out of it for day 33 tomorrow. Make sure you guys check back in. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining today, and thank you for listening to the replay. Until next time, remember, you've got this. Bye-bye.